What's up, people? Back recording another video, just showing you how I install my graphics drivers in 2020. The reason I'm doing this, just I'm fed up with, downloading the latest drivers and going into the Windows store to get my Nvidia Control Panel. I'd rather not use it if possible, and I'm just going to show you a workaround. The last video seemed to get a lot of love as well for the Overwatch and Nvidia 3D settings, so let's get into this quickly. Nvidia.com is normally where you come and get your drivers, however you want to go for it. This way, you'll have to use the Windows Store or Microsoft Store to get the control panel, but I'll show you the workaround. So just close that, come to Google, search Advanced Driver Search, click the Nvidia one, should be the top link. Enter your graphics card details. So I've got 1070 Ti, change this to Windows 64-bit if that's what you use, standard, and then search. Look for the latest GeForce Game Ready driver. So this one only came out yesterday, that's why I'm recording this video now. I have actually installed this already, but once you've done that, just download it as usual. I've got DDU open up here. I have downloaded this and I will be using this myself, but I'm not going to show you in the video in safe mode how I use it and all that, just because OBS won't work. So if I minimize this, once you finish downloading your driver, just open up your file explorer, go into downloads. You'll see your driver here. Normally we just double click this and install. I'm going to show you how I try and get like bare bones drivers and delete all the unnecessary stuff. So you come in here, you right click. I use 7-zip to extract my files. Just extract it here, wait for that to extract, because there's a lot of stuff in this file that you don't actually need. Now that's finished extracting, you'll see this folder here. Double click, go into it. I'm going to highlight everything and I'll show you what you need to keep. So you can hold control down and you can start clicking away at the bottom 4 because you do need these. Physics, I'll try and find a list of the games that actually use physics in the description if I can find it. I personally don't play any games that use physics, so I delete that as well. You're going to need NV12. Although you might not use GeForce Experience, you do need it, otherwise the installation for the driver is actually going to fail. And finally, you'll need your display driver. So once that's done, I can just delete everything there. And now that's the driver ready for after you've either used DDU, or you can just go ahead and install it this way. If you are going to use DDU to uninstall your drivers, I do recommend you disable Windows Update. So go into your Task Manager, go Services, open up Services, change by name. We can change it here, Windows Update, double click, just change the startup type to disabled, apply it, and then stop. You can now exit out of that. Now we've disabled Windows Update, you can just come back to your Downloads folder. You can look for your DDU, you can extract it. Same thing you did with the Nvidia file. Open it up, double click the first one, extract again. Open up the DDU folder, display driver uninstaller, double click it. Yes. If this is your first time using DDU and you don't know what you're doing, it can look a bit overwhelming and you're not really sure what's going on. But I would highly recommend that if you are going to use it, you do it in safe mode. And I'll show you how to get into safe mode very quickly. So you come down here and type in msconfig, open up the boot tab, click safe boot, apply, OK, and then restart. So before we actually start using DDU, I just want to make it clear that sometimes you might get stuck in safe mode. I do all the time, and you won't be able to use the Windows button. You might feel like you're stuck there, but if you just right click the start button and click run and go to msconfig again, just come back into the boot tab, uncheck, apply, OK, and then restart again, and you'll be back into normal Windows. So I'll exit without restart here, and I'll show you how I use it. So I'll click the audio tab, I'll start with Sound Blaster, I'll do click and do not restart. Now before you uninstall Realtek drivers, just be aware of what you're using and if you need them or not. I personally use a headset mic, so I don't need Realtek drivers, but I know someone that uses a mixer, and without Realtek drivers, his microphone won't work at all. So just be cautious whether you can or cannot uninstall this. Once you're done with that, I'll do click and do not restart. I'll change the GPU. I'll go to Intel, clean and do not restart. AMD, clean and do not restart. Nvidia, and then finally I'd clean and restart. Now they do actually recommend that you do this twice just to make sure that it flushes all of the old drivers out and everything like that. Again, if you do click clean and restart and you end up back in safe mode, don't panic, you're not stuck. Again, I've just shown you how to do it. So just go through that and then you'll boot back into Windows. So if we close DDU for now, I do actually need to go to do this myself after. It's just for the purpose of the video, I can't because it will crash my OBS, so I won't be able to record. So come back in. Now we've already deleted everything out of this that we don't need. So you can go to Setup, click Yes. So it might take a little longer than usual to do the system compatibility check, but don't worry too much. Right, so now it's finished doing that. If you see here, if you do want GeForce experience, by all means, just keep it as is and agree and continue. I personally just want the bare bones driver, so I'll be clicking Nvidia graphics driver, agree and continue, change it to custom, next. Graphics driver should be checked, GeForce experience unchecked, perform clean installation, next, and then let it install. Be aware that this is going to reset all of your Nvidia settings. Once that's actually done, you can come to your Nvidia control panel and you can start changing your settings as they all will have reset. So I'll just show you how I change mine. Adjust video color settings is the first one I'll go to. On the monitor that I'm using with NVIDIA color settings, change to the advanced tab and put the dynamic range on full, then apply. Go up to my desktop size and position. I'm only using GPU full screen scaling because I'm recently back into CS and I play on a stretch resolution. If you don't use a stretch resolution and you can use display scaling, it is supposed to be better for any type of lag. So go ahead and you can try display scaling. Of course, if you're going to use stretch resolution, then you probably already know how to do all this anyway. Next thing I do is adjust desktop color settings. So come into this tab. I'll change my digital vibrance. I play on 80 personally. Some people play on 100. Some people just leave it on default 50. Whatever you want. Every monitor is different. Every monitor has different brightness color settings, so it might look bad or oversaturated depending on what you use. Then I come into change resolution. I make sure that it's on my native resolution with my maximum refresh rate. I come down here, use the NVIDIA color settings. I put this on the highest RGB, again, the dynamic range on full, and the 8 bits per component. Some people might have 16 there. If you can, I would probably advise using 16 to be honest. And again, if you did used to use a custom resolution, then once you're in here, you can just click customize, enable the resolution is not exposed by the display, create your custom resolution. So for CS, a popular one nowadays is 1440 by 1080p. So we've got 1440 here in the horizontal pixels. Then we've got the vertical lines at 1080, the refresh rate at 240. You can actually overclock here, but I would advise not doing that for now. Click test, and then obviously if it's successful, it will save. And then you'll have it, in here. If you launch CS, it will be there. So I'll come in here, configure surround physics. Obviously we didn't install it, but I still change this to my graphics driver anyway. And then I'll go into my manage 3D settings and change them as per usual. If you want to see my 3D settings that I usually use, I'll just scroll through them quickly. I won't go through each one slowly, but so that's what they look like for now. I have got another video where I did go through my settings. I think the only new one that they might have is the max frame rate, which I haven't off, and the low latency mode, which some people have on Ultra, but this setting is essentially just max pre-rendered frames. So on is equal to 1, as you can see down here, it tells you anyway. And that's that. One thing I've got to mention at the start of the video, if you have already used the Microsoft Store to get the Nvidia Control Panel, you might want to go into your programs and uninstall it quickly. Apart from that, very best of luck with your gaming. Remember to let me know how it goes, and I'll see you in the next one. Signing out. Peace.